In Virgil's Aeneid, the death of King Priam of Troy is described as a tragic and brutal event.
According to the epic poem, it was Pyrrhus, also known as Neoptolemus, who ultimately killed Priam. As the city of Troy fell to the Greek forces, Priam sought refuge at an altar of Zeus in the center of the city. This was meant to be a place of safety and sanctuary, a place where the aged king could find some measure of protection from the invading army. However, it was at this very place that Priam's life came to a violent end. Pyrrhus, the son of Achilles, was a fierce and ruthless warrior. He had been among the Greek forces laying siege to Troy, and his presence on the battlefield struck fear into the hearts of the Trojan defenders. When Pyrrhus came upon the altar of Zeus where Priam had sought refuge, he did not hesitate to engage in a brutal confrontation with the old king. It is said that Priam's son, Pyrrhus, had been fleeing from the Greek forces when he sought refuge at the altar of Zeus. As Pyrrhus closed in on him, Pyrrhus was struck down with a spear. It was at this moment that Priam, witnessing the death of his son, felt a surge of rage and grief. Despite his advanced age, Priam was not one to stand idly by while his family suffered. In his desperation, Priam grasped a spear and attempted to confront Pyrrhus himself. However, the aged king was no match for the young and powerful warrior. Pyrrhus easily overpowered Priam, and in a final act of cruelty, he dragged the king from the altar and killed him in full view of his family and subjects. The death of Priam at the hands of Pyrrhus was a tragic and senseless end to the life of a once great king. Priam had ruled over Troy for many years, and his fate was intertwined with the destiny of the city itself. His death marked the final chapter in the fall of Troy, and it served as a grim reminder of the brutal realities of war. The killing of Priam at the altar of Zeus was a particularly poignant moment in the Aeneid, as it highlighted the senseless brutality of the conflict between the Greeks and the Trojans. The very idea of a sanctuary being violated in such a way underscored the breakdown of the traditional rules of warfare and the loss of honor and nobility in the heat of battle. The death of Priam also had significant implications for the wider narrative of the Aeneid. As the father of Hector, one of the greatest heroes of Troy, Priam's demise served as a stark reminder of the futility of war and the inevitability of defeat. It was a moment that resonated deeply with the themes of loss and sacrifice that permeated Virgil's epic poem.